Yeah, I just wanna run it up.
Can we check or something?
I've been really in the field, let up. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Can we check or something?
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Count that too, count it up, count it up.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with Elgin, I'm with T-Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with.
What up, Cowboy Nation? This your boy Cole with Cole Cowboy Sports Report, where I bring you the latest and greatest content of the Dallas Cowboys. I got your boy Philly 500 in the building. How's it going, man?
What's happening, man? Thank you for having me on. It's been a long time coming, so I appreciate this, man. It's great, man. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for coming on. I had to go ahead and torture you with how the Cowboys gonna be this Sunday with their intro, by the way, man.
Yeah, I saw the Cowboys highlights. I'm starting to burn my eyes a little bit. I was like, this ain't reality. This ain't reality.
Yeah, hey, but it's gonna be one hell of a showdown, man. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that both of us actually won last week. I was hoping I was gonna win, kind of, sort of. I was like, you know, when it came to that last play, I said, man, they finally take that L, and then I was like, do I really want them to do it? Because y'all might come back and really take it out on the Cowboys. So I'm glad y'all got y'all win. So we can have a good showdown, man.
So, I mean, think about it. I mean, it's epic, man. That's like, listen, I know it's October, and whichever team loses, is not out of it by any means. It's only October, but I don't know if you can get bigger in October than a 5-0, 4-1, two divisional teams in the NFC East playing. I think that's pretty damn good.
Hey, hands down, this will be the best primetime game so far this season. I believe the ratings going to be out of control, period. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's
NFC rivalry, you know. Oh, yeah, I'm ready for it. Then it's in the link, man. So, y'all, I've been traveling, man. Like, y'all travel heavy. Like, I saw how y'all was in Arizona. Man, like, they took over. I saw E-Rock. They took over, man. I was like, I wonder if they'll do that.
Eagle fans travel well. Cowboy fans are all over the place. Eagle fans travel really well. We do.
Yeah. I don't know. Do a lot of Cowboy fans go to the link?
Yeah, they'll go. Yeah, they'll go. Yeah, they'll go. I mean, they'll never have. They're never going to have most of the stadium, but they're always in there.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it. I do want to go ahead and get to, you know what I'm saying, basically how the NFC East has been. It's finally the NFC Beast. Of course, I knew y'all was going to bring the heat with all the signings that y'all had over the offseason. I was very jealous of it, by the way. You know, I had no expectations for our team. I'm glad that we made, you know what I'm saying, we shocked the world. They shocked me. That's for damn sure. And even the Giants, you know what I'm saying? The Giants are coming up, you know, and doing some things that we'll see how they go. But how do you feel about the division? Do you feel like this division can possibly bring out 3 teams in the playoffs?
Yeah, I do. I think it could be. I mean, I don't remember what the percentage is, but when you're 4-1 or better, it's like 75 or 80% that you make the playoffs. So I think you're going to see 3 teams out of the NFC East possibly go to the playoffs this year. It's a good division. I think, like, when you look at Dallas, obviously you guys won the division last year. You're supposed to be a contender, right? But you guys, you have Dak get hurt, and you got to give Dallas credit. I hate Dallas, but you guys have been able to stay above water, losing Dak Prescott, and that I wasn't sure what's going to happen. So you have to give you guys credit there. And then the Giants, I think the Giants are well coached. They're on the way up, and I think they're like a scrappy team. And if you let them hang around, they can beat you. If you look at they beat Tennessee early in the year. Tennessee was leading at halftime. Green Bay, I think they were up 10 at halftime, but they let the Giants hang around, and you can't do that, you know. So I think all three teams are good, and I mean it makes it fun, you know, no question about it.
Yeah, that's one thing I was hoping in the offseason. I was glad that you guys actually was making moves. I was like, okay, I'm so tired of this NFC East, media don't want to take it serious. Even with the games that we play against, you know what I'm saying? This year you can finally say, hey, we played a great Dallas Cowboys team or a great Philly team or a great Giants team, you know what I'm saying? It won't be discounted, can all walk away and say, hey, that was a good team, we battled. And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's always good to know that you can walk into a playoff game and know that you can play a team that you know the most before any other teams. No surprises coming out. You know this team. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we're going to do. Both our schedules are very favorable moving forward after this game. And I feel like it's going to be a neck and neck race. What are your thoughts about the last game? I mean, are you so like how you feel about it? It's not the best. It wasn't the best performance coming from the offensive side of the ball. I would say the defense, you know what I'm saying, they kind of let up with Gannon. I think Gannon's starting to go back to his old ways just a little bit. Tell me more. Tell me more about that, man.
I mean, I thought like I was saying all week that this was the letdown game. This is a game you got to be careful. There's just so many factors, right? You're 4-0. You now have a target on your back because you're undefeated. You're going to Arizona. They lost 7 straight at home. You're playing Zach Ertz. You're traveling, past different time zones. And then you have this huge game with Dallas coming up the next week. I was worried that this could be one of those trap games, games where you kind of play down to your opponent. And I think it's exactly what happened. I just think the Eagles were able to survive it. And that's the big thing. I think they were able to survive it. And, I expect them to be much better and play at a much higher intensity next game. But, I don't think Arizona is better than them. But they let them hang around. And we were up 14-0. And, that was it. That was all she wrote. And we really didn't do that much after that,
Yeah. So basically, it's like you start off a little hot the first half, and then the second half is just dead, basically.
Yeah, and it's been like that all year for us. That's an issue that they're going to have. I wasn't worried about that after the first few weeks, but I'm starting to worry about it a little bit now because I think you have to be more consistent in the second half, And I think it's attitude. Like I think they need to treat the third quarter, fourth quarter like it's a nothing game. You go up and you're up, 10 points, 17 points. You can't take your foot off the gas in the NFL.
Yeah, definitely. One thing about my team, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it straight up. Our offense is trash. It's trash right now. We're hanging on, and we're really benefiting a lot from our defense. Our defense has been doing a great job. They have been feasting on, bad offensive lines. I ain't gonna lie to Kick. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But at the end of the day, you got to take advantage of the weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have a big weakness on offense. So, I feel like if we lay heavily on the running game using Zeke and Pollard, we may have a good chance against y'all defense. I have seen holes, you know what I'm saying, with the running game. Sometimes we're able to run. But with Cooper Rush, this is my opinion. With him being more of a station quarterback, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see how we'll be able to kind of throw you guys off as far as trying to, because Cooper Rush ain't going to run around, you know what I'm saying, and make, Kyler Murray was. So that kind of threw up y'all game for them to be able to run on you a little bit. So I'm just trying to, I want to see how that's going to work out.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's going to be interesting. Now is Dak out for sure, or we don't know yet?
I believe he is out. I don't believe he's going to play. Jerry Jones, they're going to work with him, see how he spins the ball off, off his thumb, basically, tomorrow when they go do practice. But in my opinion, I would not want Dak Prescott to play this game. I feel like, we need him more in the long haul. This isn't the end of the season right here. This is just a preview game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like our second, if we both still win our, games like we're supposed to, our next meeting will be the type of game that will decide the division. That's in my opinion. And that's really the game that I win. I want to lose on Christmas Eve. So I definitely
I
want
tell you what, I think I would rather lose Sunday and win on Christmas Eve. I
Right,
don't want to
man.
lose Christmas Eve. I ruined my whole freaking Christmas, man. Gonna ruin it if that happens. Yeah,
Exactly,
I mean,
man.
I think that not having Dak could be huge in this game. I do. I'm not a believer in Cooper Rush. I'm not. Now, one of the things with your team is I don't think you guys have allowed defensively more than 20 points, 20 points or more all season, right? So I think if the Eagles scored over 20, I think they would. I think Dallas has to keep it low. You know, and you know, this is going to be a great game. And I get all excited about this game, and then people, dude, it's only October. I'm like, I know, but in October, this is about as big of a game as you could get. You know, if the Eagles can win this game, they go 6-0 at the bye, and now they're a game and a half up on Dallas.
Yes.
I mean, it's huge. It's huge. And if Dallas wins, then you're what, 5-1? We're 5-1, and we go in the bye actually a half game behind you guys. So it's as big as you can get in October, but by no means, if the Eagles win or Dallas wins, is the season over for the loser. I mean, they're gonna get another crack at it, you know.
Exactly. And my personal, you know, I don't really see this is how I am with the Cowboys, man. You know, of course, I've been tortured with the Cowboys for many years. You know, they always get my hopes up. And they crush me in the postseason. Is always that crazy thing that happens. That, you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful to you, but it sucks, man. You know what I'm saying? And last year was like the worst. Last year to me was worse than the Dez catch, man. I mean, that's how bad it was because, you know, that was the team, you know, and we go out there and we get stumped at home. So, you know, one thing I'm happy about, you know, moving forward, I'm like, okay, you know, I came in with less expectations and we're finally seeing championship caliber defense. So let's see what this defense can do. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing that we always had problem with in the past. Defense.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think it's a good test because I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't look at any of the offenses that you guys have played, except for maybe the Rams. But the Rams have been struggling, and they don't scare me. They don't scare me. So you know. I'm curious to see how your defense looks against our offense. If you hold us to like 10 points, 13 points, I'm going to be a believer in your defense. I will. But until I see that, we'll see, you know.
Yeah. I'm definitely in for that. Yeah, about our Rams game, man, like, this is how I viewed it, man. I came in and I got into the game late. I turned on the TV and I see DeMarcus Lawrence running in for a touchdown. So, I mean, it's a lot going on with our teams. Our special teams are like really, really, you know what I'm saying, making plays out here. These block punts, we've been doing this all last year too, you know. So that's one thing I'm really looking forward to, and that's what we have to rely on points. That's how bad the offense is right now. So we have to really capitalize like on special teams and defense just to get the points on the board. So if y'all hold it, you know, down to 20 points. Y'all could definitely probably get a win on it for sure.
Yeah, I think if the Eagles score over 20, I like our chances because unless Dak plays, if Dak plays, I think it changes things a little bit because I obviously think Dak is better than Cooper Rush. I don't understand trade Dak and Cooper. Like I don't get that at all. To me, Dak's better. You know, and we'll see. I mean, you got Gallup back finally, right? But I think it's going to take. I think it's going to take him a while to get going. And I actually like our matchups of our corners. The way Slay, Bradbury, and then hopefully we get Max. The way they've played has been pretty good. I mean, you saw what Slay did to Jefferson. So I like the matchup of that. I think you guys are going to have to run, but I also think the Eagles got to run. I think the Eagles got to try to run the ball more. I think you got to run at Parsons a little bit. Try to get him. Tire him out a little bit, you know, because he's the one guy that scares me. He's the one guy that scares me.
And this is the thing, man.
He's a beast.
I
think he's a beast. You know, you got to give the guy credit. He's a beast. I like to troll Cowboy fans and stuff like that. And then Mark Holmes he compares him to Lawrence Taylor, which is stupid. But
I ain't gonna go that far as Lawrence. I want him to have his own name. You know?
Yeah, but
I want him to have his own name.
Parsons is a hell of a player, and you got to be accounting. You have to account for him. So he's the one guy on your defense that really scares me. Like he's the guy. If we can neutralize him, like I'm not going to be surprised if he has a sack or two. He's Parsons. He's a good player. But if we could, hold up, especially with the rest of that defensive line, which is pretty good and pretty aggressive, I think we'll be okay. A lot of it's going to depend on injury. I don't know if Jordan Mailata's playing. I think that's a big time decision. Kelsey was hurt last week. Driscoll, huh?
I believe
Kelsey was. Yeah, I think Kelsey's going to play, but he's going to play hurt. And then you had Landon Dickerson came out, and he was banged up, and he went back in the game. So it really, I want to see how that offensive line, is doing. But if they're healthy and they're playing, I think I like the matchup. I do.
Well, to be honest, man, y'all depth on offensive line better than the offensive lines we've been playing, man. So I'm not taking y'all lightly, man. I will say that This is the same defensive line, and that's the same offensive line from last year. And we did wreak a little havoc last year, when y'all came. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I just know that players remember stuff, man. And especially with a rival, and the way how things went down in Dallas last year. That's something they're gonna remember, especially Jalen Hurts. I mean, Hurts he was embarrassed that day. You know what I'm saying? Right. So one thing I know, and I got a lot of respect from Jalen Hurts. I troll him, but I have a lot of respect for him because he's a great leader. Yeah. He's really improved over the offseason. Yeah, I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like his throws are spot on. He's running a lot more now, which I like. A football fan. I'm like, okay, you run the ball a little bit too much. You got these receivers. You got to use them. And, what I'm saying? How you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, you have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard, your tight end, you have Quez. Like, you have a lot of talent there. You got to use it. I really didn't like their plan last week. Like, they tried to do a lot of wide receiver screens. They wanted to kind of negate Arizona's blitz. I thought it was way too much. And I think that when you have a guy like A.J. Brown, you got to get him going. You've got to find a way to get the ball in his hands. They didn't run any slants. They ran one slant and almost got picked off. They didn't run another one. I thought they needed to get A.J. Brown going a little more. Devontae had like 10 catches. He had a good game. But, it's going to be interesting. I'm assuming Diggs is going to be playing A.J. Brown, which I think is a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, it'll be Diggs on A.J. Brown and Anthony Brown on Devontae Smith.
There's my matchup right there.
Yeah. We got some slot corners, man. Jordan Lewis, he does his thing, but we got this rookie, Ron Bland. Watch out for him, man. He's good. You know what I'm saying? He's very sticky. Yeah. He's one of my favorites, to be honest. I like him more than Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis kind of getting a little old to me, and I like to see young players go out there and make plays. He made a great play with Washington. So that's something I'm looking forward to seeing him do, moving forward. So, in our safeties, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we got Malik Hooker, Jerron Kearse, and
Hooker's actually healthy, right? Like for once.
Yeah, he's healthy. Yeah,
I actually liked him coming out of the draft. He just gets hurt too much, Yeah.
He's definitely healthy now. Kearse, he was against the Bucs game, but he just came back. And Jonathan Wilson's having like his best season, so he's really up there too. So, I mean, I have faith in our defense for sure. I just hope that our offense will be able to do more, especially with CeeDee Lamb. I'm gonna tell you this already, man. I'll be completely shocked to CeeDee Lamb game. You know what I'm saying? He's been dropping so many passes. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then he going to. I mean, Slay is a good corner. I like Slay because I'm a big Mississippi State fan, and Darius Slay was, he was my guy, man. Him and Fletcher Cox. Now that he with the Eagles, I can't stand him. But hey, I respect that game. They're gonna handle business.
Yeah. No, I hear you. So it's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting matchup. It really is. I mean, this is gonna be Sunday night football. The crowd's gonna be it's gonna be playoff atmosphere. I think it'll be. I mean, look, these games usually not last year, but in the course of history, most of the time these division games come in the fourth quarter. Who turns the ball over in the fourth quarter? Last year you guys beat the crap out of us that first game. I don't count the second game.
The second. I'm not
But
one
the
of those.
first one you took it to us, man. It was embarrassing. And I hope the Eagles remember that. I do. And I hope that's on their mind because a lot of people are saying, is Jalen Hurts good enough to get a long-term contract? And there's like a list of things that people have that he has to do, right? He has to show that he can win with his arm. Well, he's shown that. He has to show that he can, lead the team. He's done all these things. And they're saying the next thing on the list is you got to beat the Cowboys. He's got to show that he can beat the Cowboys. So to me, this is another opportunity for him to show that he's a franchise guy.
Yeah. How you feel about Nick the T-shirt man? I call him the T-shirt man. Nick Sirianni.
I like Nick Sirianni. I like Nick. Yeah. I like him. I like him because he yells at the refs. If the refs get a ball back, he yells. Like I hate when refs when coaches just sit there and take it. But I like Nick Sirianni. I liked him last year. He kind of won me over last year when we were trying to be like a throw first team, and he was like, "We can't do this," and they adjusted the whole offense to the run game. Like I he kind of won me over a little bit there. Hopefully he doesn't say "Beat Dallas" T-shirt this week. I don't think
that's what I'm hoping.
I hope he doesn't do anything stupid like that. But if he does, we'll take it and we'll deal with it. What are you gonna do?
Hey, if y'all win, that shirt will be selling for sure.
Yeah,
but
I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this game for a long time.
Oh yeah,
since last year I've been waiting for it.
Hey, it's gonna be one thing. I'm definitely not taking y'all lightly. So I've been watching your videos, man, and one thing I've been scoping out on is Vic Fangio. Is he scouting? Like, is he doing like some consult work with defense?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, well, he kept showing up at training camp, so he'd be there visiting, and he's a local guy. He grew up an Eagle fan, so a lot of people were saying, "Well, he's visiting," but a lot of us had suspicion that he was consulting, that team, and then it came out yesterday that he actually is consulting. So I think he's helping out on the defense. I think Gannon is one of those defensive coordinators. He's either going to get fired or he's going to get a head coaching job. Like he almost got the Houston job last year. So I don't think he's there after. I'd be surprised if he's in Philly after this year. So my theory is that, and a lot of people says that Fangio may be waiting in the wings to be the defensive coordinator. Once Gannon leaves.
Hey, Fangio exposed Kellen Moore's play caller. That's one thing I was.
I like Fangio.
Yeah, he's a good defensive coach.
Yes. See, the thing with my issue with Gannon is, I don't really like the scheme. Like I like teams that blitz a lot more. But I think he shows too much respect to certain quarterbacks. Like you look at Kyler Murray. Like to me, he was showing him way too much respect. His legs. I'm so worried about him running. He did that with Herbert last year. He did it with Mahomes. He's done it, I think, even with Dak Prescott. I think he's got to be more aggressive. But that, that's just my opinion. I think that's why I think if Dak doesn't play, I don't know that he's going to give Cooper Rush that kind of respect, which is I think good news for the Eagles. Yeah,
Cooper Rush definitely caught a couple of sacks against Aaron Donald last week. The run defense, they are okay. They didn't really bring too much heat to us as I thought it would be. Aaron Donald was the only one that was really doing something. Who was it? Bobby Wagner didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He was like non-existent in that defense. So I know that we're definitely going to run into a more, younger defense, a lot of experience. Hassan Reddick, man, he ain't no Michael Parsons. I'm not going to compare him to Michael Parsons, but he is a great pass rusher. He's really bringing in the heat, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let y'all have Michael Parsons. But he is good, man. I'm not going to knock him down.
Hey, I got all the Cowboy fans all upset at me because I put the statistics up. I didn't say anything. I just posted statistics. I didn't say nothing.
Hey, it's you in,
Brunson. I knew I was waiting for it. Huh?
I had to get you in, Brunson, on that one. Brunson be trying to stir
I knew. I'm like, I told my friend, I said, you watch. I'm going to post this. I'm not going to say anything. And you watch the Cowboy fans attack me. It was funny, man. I had fun with that. I think Parsons. I think Parsons is I think Parsons is a stud. Reddick, I like Reddick. Reddick is really good too. What I like about Reddick is he forces a lot of fumbles. So I think Dallas is going to run the ball a lot, and I think you're going to copy Arizona. I think you're going to try to throw a lot of quick passes, keep the Eagles from getting pressure. That's what Arizona really did, and it worked for them to move the ball last week.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about Cooper Rush, he's not shook, man. That's something I'm kind of, I was kind of surprised about, because I'm like, whenever he came against, we played the Bengals, I was like, man, let's see, man. Because I think that Vikings game last year was a fluke. You know what I'm saying? I was like, let's just see. Because we had a lot of weapons. We had a lot of weapons on offense. So, I was like, let's see what he's going to do with this. And he made it happen. He was just so smooth with it. And I think he just goes through his reads so quickly. He knows exactly where to put the ball. And that's why it was like, hey, Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott, because Dak always holds the ball or thinks too hard. Dude, I hate 65% of the Dallas Cowboys fan base. I can't stand them, man, because I'm like, do y'all actually watch the games? But I give him credit. I mean, he knows how to read. He does his thing, and he makes very few mistakes. But Link this year, y'all are hype, man. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think I don't know how
it's going to be interesting, because he played 3 games at home, right? Yeah. And then you guys played 2 on the road. I don't think even in the Giant game, I don't think you're going into an atmosphere like this. This is going to be loud. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. A lot of Cowboys fans take over the net.
Yeah, if Cooper Rush wins this game, though, you got a flat out full blown quarterback controversy. You know that, right? They're not going to want Dak in.
I'll say this. If Cooper Rush wins us the game, and he's like throwing for like over 200 yards, you know what I'm saying? It comes to the last, few seconds of the game. You know what I'm saying? We got to score. We can't score a field goal, and he throws a beautiful fade in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Then we in some trouble. But if we hold y'all down to like 17 points, and he does what he has to do just to get us to field goal range, you know what I'm saying? Then that's the defense. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people are not seeing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my quarterback to throw for 105 yards. You know what I'm saying? And no touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? That's not better than Dak Prescott. So we'll see, man. But
I agree.
As far as the team, as far as the strengths and weaknesses of your team, what would you see is a strength and a weakness for?
I think the Eagles' strength really. I still think it's that the offensive line and defensive. I think the lines are their strengths. I think their linebackers corners are strengths. They got quite a few strengths. Yeah. They got quite a few strengths. I'm not gonna lie. I think the biggest weakness, the thing that scares me the most, is their special teams. I think you guys have a tremendous advantage on special teams from your return game to our return game. I think it's big advantage for you guys, And who's every time Britton Covey, and every time he they kick that ball, I'm like I close my eyes because I don't want to see what's like. It always looks ugly, So I think that's a big problem. That scares me too about this game. Close fourth quarter game, and then Dallas is punting and we fumbled or something, because our special teams I don't think have been good at all.
Yeah. I thought I know that they was trying Devontae Smith. I was like, that wasn't a good idea. So they're not doing that anymore. They're just trying it out.
They haven't since. But that was like, no, that was crazy. You can't afford a guy like that to be hurt on, But no, they haven't done it since. Thank goodness. I'm hoping that's an area we can upgrade at the trade deadline.
Yeah. Is Kobe? Is he the guy that track star, the track guy? Is him? Is that
no,
him
that's Devin Allen. No, that's Devin Allen. He's on the practice, but he hasn't been brought up yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I figured y'all would have had him as a returner with that speed he has.
Yeah, I would too, but they never even gave him an opportunity in a preseason game to do it. Right. So maybe he just doesn't do them. I don't know. Yeah. I'm waiting on Turpin to break one out, man. Like a lot of teams,
One thing I kind of hate, I was like, man, we showed our hand on preseason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That dude, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of kickers, they're kicking in the backfield. They don't want, nobody. They don't want a chance. Speed is real.
If he's going to break one, if he's going to break one, it's going to be Sunday because because I don't think our special teams has been good enough. That definitely concerns me.
Hey, of course, our weakness is offense. I'm afraid of how our offensive line is. Of course, Jason Peters. He finally that injury bug finally caught up to him. I kind of knew it was going to come. That's why I'm glad we just had him as a swing. We had him as a swing.
It always come.
Yeah. I wasn't too human with
that. I feel like where the Eagles see, to me, this is going to be a game about Jalen Hurts. Like, he's got to rise up and show he's a franchise quarterback, because I think the Eagles defensively will be able to do a decent job on Dallas. But that defense has been really good for you guys. So can Jalen Hurts go up against a defense that doesn't allow a lot of points and gets a lot of turnovers and such? Can he go out there and can he move the ball on them? I think that's a big question. It's a big question.
Man, let me tell you this. If y'all see last year, the problem was, the whole y'all commit to the running game. And if y'all would have committed to the running game last year, what's up, Birdman gang? What's up, bro? If we would have committed to the running game, I believe y'all would have won that game, because our running defense was still kind of iffy. You know what I'm saying? So we knew y'all were gonna go ahead and try to throw the ball a lot. Now, if y'all mix that up, it's gonna be a lot, and y'all have the weapons to do it. It's a lot more difficult to, to hold y'all down. So that's why I'm hoping this is the true test for the defense. You know what I'm saying? With your weapons.
Yeah, it's a great test. No, it's a great test.
Yes, exactly. I mean, because we don't have moving forward. The Vikings, we owned them with backups the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do anything else. Then we got the Green Bay Packers. They don't seem like they're going to, they're doing anything too much. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
They're not the same Packers. They're not the same Packers.
They're not. Devontae Adams, him and Aaron Rodgers, they was just meant to be with each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they missing each other a lot right now, man. And I'm enjoying watching it because I can't stand the Packers. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like
if we win this game, I think we go 10-0. Because if you look, the Eagles have a bye week after you guys. Then they got to come back and they play Pittsburgh at home. They should beat Pittsburgh. And they got Houston. They should beat Houston. Yeah. Then they got Washington Monday night. They should beat them at home. And then they got the Colts. Like, those are all 4 games that they can win. They should be able to win all 4 of those games.
Y'all play Washington Monday Night Football?
Monday night at home, yeah.
They might flex y'all. Washington's still.
Well, that's Washington's fault. I mean, that team, they're about to bench Carson Wentz. It's going to happen. I mean, did you see the coach threw him under the bus?
Yes,
man. He threw him under the bus.
I mean, it gets better every week, man. It gets better every week, man. Like, I don't even feel right, doing I'm glad that we did a show with Washington. I did shows with Washington earlier. I'm glad I got them when they spirits us up a little bit, because right now, you know what I'm saying, I just feel sorry for them, man. I can't even talk to them right. I tried to do a collab with Rio, man. Rio just, you know what I'm saying?
I don't feel bad for them at all. But with that stupid name and stupid logo, I hope they lose every game.
Exactly.
You have a great division with Eagles and Dallas and the Giants, and then you got the Commanders. I just think it's a Canadian football team. Send them to Canada.
Exactly. It sounds like an XFL team, man. Even their logo.
Their logo is just a W.
Hey, they definitely not been W's. I think y'all media team turned up to the L's, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but so you were just touching on it. How long you think the winning streak gonna go, man? You think if, say, for instance, you beat Dallas, do you see us coming out there beating you on Christmas Eve?
Well, we got to go play you guys. in Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
You think we go ahead?
I mean, you could. My guess is if the Eagles beat Dallas, and then let's say the Eagles let's say they go start 10-0, then maybe they lose 1 or 2 games. But if they got to that point and you go into that Dallas game on Christmas Eve, I'm hoping the win there clinches the whole thing, clinches the division.
Yeah,
right there that week. But I mean, it's gonna be a tough game. You know, we there's so much can happen from now to Christmas Eve. But I'd like to get that victory ahead of. If worst case scenario we split with Dallas, I can live with that. But you gotta win. You gotta win Sunday.
exactly. And we can't forget about the Giants. I don't know what they're dialing up, man. Y'all play the Giants like. Do y'all play one? Twice? It's the last game, like the last game of the season.
Yeah, one of them's last game of the season. So things may be all locked up by then. We just don't know. Giants got a tough game this week against Baltimore. I'm curious to see if they win that game, then that's impressive. I expect them to lose.
Yeah, me too. I expected them to lose against the Packers. I was like, man, they lost receivers. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I mean, hey, you gotta think their defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? He used to coach Lamar Jackson. He'd be out there, so he knows that team.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen, the Giants coach also worked with Jalen Hurts. Wasn't he in Alabama when Hurts was? So the Giants. Giants are well coached. I think Giants are well coached. I think they're up and coming, but I'm not a believer in Daniel Jones. I'm just not. I think he had his best game. I still don't think he's that good. I don't.
Man, we'll see, man. Hey, Daniel Jones, he surprised me a lot when we played him because of his legs. You know what I'm saying? Like every time he did the quarterback draw, he go out there, make quick passes to the side, to the flanks. You know what I'm saying? So the Giants, man, I don't know. Their defense definitely kept them in the game against Green Bay. They only getting better. They believe in their coach, and that goes a long way in your coach. That's why I believe in y'all, coach. I didn't know if my team really believes in Mike McCarthy, but he has definitely improved. He has a lot to do with the running game that we're doing because Kellen Moore don't like to run the ball. I mean, Kellen Moore loves to throw, and that's one thing that with what was going on with week 1 with the Cowboys, he was back to that same game plan that he did with the 49ers. Just it was out of control. So Dak Prescott looking at like, okay, what we're doing, he looked lost. You know what I'm saying? So whenever we went to the next game, Mike McCarthy was like, hey, son, sit down, let me see your playbook. And he's basically committed to the run. You know what I'm saying? We've been with him ever since. He don't get a lot of, recognition. People want to, the media want to fire him, and put Sean Payton in.
Of course.
So, it's crazy. I hate the attention that we get a lot because, man, it's a curse at the same time, man.
It is definitely. What who do you play after us?
We play I think we play the Lions. We play the Lions and after that the Bears. And that's around the game that I feel like Dak's gonna come back. I feel like they're gonna that's what
I was thinking Jerry Jones was gonna push Dak to come back this week because it's a division game, It's big game.
Hey, I don't know, man. I think Jerry Jones is like, hey. I mean, he's actually making the best decisions, man. If he's holding the Dak back from himself, that's the best thing you can do. Right. I mean, look at Russell. You know what I'm saying? He came and rushed himself back. And I believe it's because we've been winning games too. The more we win, the more time, Dak, I think something wrong with your thumb a little bit. I don't think you're moving as good. You think it's still kind of slow, go ahead and take another week off. That's what I feel like they're doing. And it's smart. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a long season ahead of us. And I wouldn't even want to throw him out there in Philly. And he's, what I'm saying? At this point, he's rusty as I don't know what. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't trust it, because you know what I'm saying? They affect your mind. You know what I'm saying? You can go out there and you can be like, man, I hope nobody don't hit my hand a certain way or something like that. It'll be in your head. So I'd rather Cooper Rush go out there. If he take the L, at least this whole thing with, quarterback controversy will end. and we'll just move on to the Lions. That can come out,
and
show out.
And then will the Eagle fans hear, "Oh, you only beat Dallas because we didn't have Dak Prescott." Oh, you haven't beat anybody still.
Hey, I ain't gonna make that excuse, man. Because we've been winning games without them. You know, I'm gonna give y'all. I'm like, hey, they beat us. You know what I'm saying? And we just gotta see y'all again. Right. Now, if y'all sweep, I'm gonna be pissed.
That's it.
What's up?
No, I hear you.
Yeah, man.
I hear you.
Hey, but hey, man. Hey, you got anything else on this, man? I feel like this is gonna be a great game. I'm very, very superstitious. I was on Bird Game, you know, Bird Street. I did a score prediction. Okay. I did one. I said 20-17. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? I said 20-17 Cowboys. You know, I believe, you know, our defense can probably hold you down. And, you know what I'm saying? We walk out. But I'm going to stick to that, man. I'm going to stick to that since I did on that show.
All right. I'm going to say this. My score can still change because I have to see who's playing, who's not playing. But today, right now, I feel like the way this game is going to go is I think Dallas is coming into a buzzsaw. I think the Eagles are going to be so up for this game at home. It's going to be crazy. I think the Eagles are going to win. I think they're going to win 27-17. I'm going to say 27-17. But, you know, I think this is going to be – I think it's just going to be one of those games, one of those nights where it's just the crowd's going to be electric. It's going to be playoff atmosphere, and the Eagles played so bad, in my opinion, last week that they're going to be up for this game.
They're going to be ready.
But I don't know. I mean that's just it right now. I do a score prediction every Friday once I see like the final injury reports and stuff. But right now, that's what I feel like is going to happen. I feel like it's going to be close most of the game though. And I think the Eagles are going to pull away at the end. That's how I feel.
Hey, we will see, man. Hey,
we'll see.
Hey, I'm sure everybody on this platform is subscribed to you. I'll be surprised if they're not. But go look yourself in, man.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on, man. You're a real cool dude. Like I said, you know, when we was backstage, you and Mark Holmes, y'all encouraged me to come out here, man. Hey, I love y'all content. I like to bring out good content myself. Looking forward to doing many videos with you in the future.
Absolutely, man. Definitely. No doubt about it.
All right. So y'all,
Frank Jones is crazy.
I can't deal with this guy, man.
He says I'm on the take. I love it. It's hilarious.
This dude crazy, man. You know, I can't say too much, man. Hey, y'all be easy, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe I just wanna run it up.
Can we check or something?
I've been really in the field, let up. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Kinda check or something.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Count that too, count it up.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, I'm with T-Black, I'm with Revenue.